Hello, everyone, and welcome to McGill Cares webcast series supporting family and informal caregivers. I'm Claire Webster, a former caregiver, certified dementia care consultant, and founder of McGill University's Dementia Education Program. I work with a dynamic team of leading healthcare professionals to oversee the program, who include Dr. José Moret from the Division of Geriatric Medicine and Dr. Serge Potier, Professor Emeritus, formerly of the McGill University Research Center for Studies in Aging. These webcasts are made possible thanks to the generosity of donors, and today's webcast is dedicated to the memory of Gerhard Hess. I'd like to thank his family for their very generous donation to the McGill University Dementia Education Program. So I'm very much looking forward to today's topic because as we continue living in these unprecedented, uncertain times that are causing a lot of people to still feel quite isolated in their homes, the topic today is going to be keeping your brain engaged with the McGill Community for Lifelong Learning. My guest is Anna Milic. Anna Milic is a Montreal-based educator, community organizer, and lifelong learner. She is responsible for all aspects of programming, administration, and development at the McGill Community for Lifelong Learning, an initiative of the McGill School of Continuing Education for mature learners who wish to continue learning simply for the joy of it. Anna was recently nominated as Montrealer of the Month by CBC's Let's Go, which shines a light on people making a difference in our community. Known as hardworking, compassionate, and a one-woman army by those in the McGill community, she is committed to actively fostering technological literacy among seniors. Anna, welcome to McGill Cares.
Thank you.
So I'm very excited to hear all about your program.
Yes, thanks for inviting us, Claire. I'm always so excited to talk about MCLL, and it feels like we are a really good match with what you're doing at McGill. Okay, so McGill Community for Lifelong Learning, MCLL. We used to be known as MILR, McGill Institute for Learning in Retirement, but now it's MCLL. We did feel that the word community is a better fit. Of course, retirement, we don't want to use that word. It's lifelong learning. So what's special about MCLL is the peer learning concept, which means participatory learning. We push back against that concept where people in the classrooms are passive and just absorb whatever experts or lecturers or instructors have to share with them. Rather, we want everybody to participate, so the whole group learns together. That's why we use slightly different terminology. We say moderators rather than instructors, and we call our offerings study groups and lectures rather than courses. So not so long ago, just before the pandemic started, we celebrated the 30th anniversary of this amazing community. So MCLL was founded in 1989, and it was patterned after Harvard Institute for Learning in Retirement, who was also a pioneer in the field. But we were the first in Canada to use this peer-led model, and the study groups are at the center. There are core offerings. So we are part of McGill School of Continuing Studies, very proud to be a part of STS, and that comes with some perks. When we were in person, we were in this beautiful space on the second floor of 680 Sherbrooke. We have 4 beautiful state-of-the-art classrooms, access to a big auditorium on the 10th floor, McGill libraries, IT services, and all kinds of support from McGill and SES. What is very specific about MCLL, that it's by and for community. So other than me, everyone else at MCLL, they're all seniors. So they make all the decisions. They're actively involved in this community. So MCLL is run by a council, and the council members have their committee members, and then there are also moderators, lecturers, and workshop leaders who are also volunteers and also seniors. Same goes for our office staff. You can see them in this picture. This is one of our in-person picnic, and then our weekly online meeting. So office staff is also, they are seniors and they're volunteers. I also wanted to share a picture of MCLL Council. So these are the people who are currently responsible for running MCLL. So I am by no means a one-person army, and there are a lot of people who are very much invested in MCLL. So this is a nice photo from McGill 24 with me and 2 office volunteers. So just briefly about the growth over 30 plus years at MCLL. So we started with 180 students taking 15 study groups, and they were scattered all over McGill campus. And now we have more than 800 active members. And the study groups, before the pandemic, we would offer at least 50 study groups in the fall and around 30 to 40 in the spring and winter. And we are, like I mentioned, hosted here on the 2nd floor of 680 Sherbrooke in a beautiful space. So if I encourage people to look at our website, because the study groups are offered on all kinds of topics. So from contemporary culture, religion, philosophy, current events, science, engineering, creative writing, history, we cover many topics in our study groups and lectures. So just to distinguish study groups. So study groups are more like courses. People take several study groups during one semester, and they take place for 10 weeks, once a week, from Monday to Thursday. Lectures take place on Fridays, and that's more traditional form of learning, where we have a presenter, a lecturer, doing a talk on a topic, and at the end we have question and answer period. MCLL also offers and encourages people to get involved in this organization. So, like I mentioned, everybody else is a volunteer in this organization, and very soon a lot of our members get involved by either joining a council or a committee or offering a study group or lecture themselves. We also have social activities and special events. When we were in person, those special events were at the end of every semester. There were end of semester parties. We had holiday celebrations, different gatherings and outings. But we were able also to continue interacting like this when we switched online. But I'll talk about it later. So study groups. MCLL has 3 semesters, fall, winter, and spring. When we offer study groups, they're over 10 weeks, sometimes less, about 2 hours a week. Classes are small, between 12 and 24 participants, and they are moderated, they are led or animated by moderators. So they're not instructors. A moderator draws up a plan for the group and then just guides the sessions, while the students take charge, take the lead, they participate. Some level of participation is always expected, whether it's participating in a discussion or doing a presentation. But I also want to say that sometimes people get a little bit intimidated. Those presentations just need to introduce the subject and stimulate the discussion. They are not PhD theses. MCLL members are very supportive and very encouraging. So people, even those who are shy in the beginning, they feel so encouraged and so comfortable. And it is really nice to see how they just embrace the model. For the lectures, again, a great variety of topics. different presentation styles. They take place on Fridays during fall, winter, and spring. And then we have condensed summer program when the lectures take place on Wednesdays for 10 to 13 weeks. And with lectures, because they are not participatory, we are able to accommodate more people. So sometimes we have over 50 people joining our lectures. And we also do intergenerational projects. We collaborate with School of Continuing Studies. We pair up our learners with English language learners. We participate in conversational classes with both SES and other community organizations. And so we really encourage and embrace intergenerational opportunities and collaboration with SES, with community, and with McGill. Special events, we have lots. This is this picture here in the corner. These are 3 generations of MCLL. The woman in the middle is the founder of MCLL, Fiona Clark. She used to be Director of Finance and Administration in the School of Continuing Education. And when she retired, she started MCLL about 35 years ago. And next to her is Caroline Raffman, who was the first liaison and program coordinator. And then me. That's the 3 of us at a gala that we organized to celebrate the 30th anniversary. And we also, every once in a while, we organize a symposium, a conference. So we really want to keep, to be kept in the loop with what's latest in adult learning, in lifelong learning, how we can make our spaces, our university, our cities more age-friendly. And we also liaise with other groups that are involved with lifelong learning and peer learning. And we are very active in our community outreach efforts. I just also wanted to show, this is a flyer from an art show that we put up because we have a lot of artists at MCLL. I'm right now in MCL Lounge, where we always have an art show by one of our members. The man in the picture is our photographer, and he published this amazing book, A Zest for Learning, which features the portraits of our members. And I also included some of the photographs that he's taken. And there is also a conference program that we did to celebrate the 25th anniversary of MCLL. McGill, when people join MCLL, they become McGill students. So that is really precious because they get McGill email, they get access to libraries, which we also have a dedicated librarian liaison to help our members navigate the wealth of McGill libraries, to access online resources. We have different ways to support our members with online registration, with anything they might need help with. We have a special dedicated email, MCLL caring email, where people reach us when they need different kind of supports. Here I also listed MCLL office email. That's an email people can use for general inquiries. Our members, they get their McGill credentials, but because we are non-credit activities, we use a special registration system, which is called a TINA. So we have also special kind of support for our members to navigate that system. And we really dedicated so much time and attention to our website that includes all the information people need, different tutorials, handouts, and other useful information. So this is just, I wanted to show an overview of the most frequently asked question that is also on our website, and we always encourage people to consult it. But they can always give us a call. We're so happy that our office finally opened. So there is always someone in the office throughout the week. People are welcome to pass by, to give us a call. We are open. And I would like to share a very short video. This is a video that we made Our volunteers made this video, and it really captures so well what MCLL is all about.
Who are we? What do we all have in common? Well, we're members of the McGill Community for Lifelong Learning, which we call MCLL. Since 1989, people like us have created and run small informal study groups and lectures. Our community offers a peer learning experience where everyone has the opportunity to explore their interests and discover new skills, and to share their passion and experience with others. When we participate in the give and take of study groups, we always discover more about ourselves.
Something very moving about the idea of people coming together, each person bringing in something that they have that they can contribute. It has just the right amount of structure as far as I'm concerned.
That I love to be a student.
It's wonderful.
Isn't it? Yes. That I love to be learning new things. I like when school starts in September and my grandchildren start off to school, I really want to go back to school.
Ce que je trouve de très bien, c'est qu'il y a une variété. Presque d'une session à l'autre, il y a de la variété. Je trouve très intéressant qu'il y ait un côté francophone qui se développe un peu, que les personnes qui souhaitent peut-être échanger en français, ce que je suggérerais peut-être, pourquoi pas, peut-être vers d'autres langues aussi.
Pour moi, ça devait faire partie de ma deuxième vie, si vous voulez, la vie à la retraite, de pouvoir venir, de continuer surtout à apprendre.
Is having a group that wants to be together and likes to socialize with other people, likes to learn, and if you put them in the same room, you're going to have fun. That was the other word that I was thinking of, was fun.
People are really participating and sharing, and we got lots of interest together and have fun, especially have fun.
I think not only to do it from your own point of view, but then to hear 20 or so other people, each giving their input as to what they've read and what they've learned.
There's something for everyone. Our study groups and lectures are led by volunteer moderators and cover a wide range of subjects such as the arts, literature, history, and music, to science, philosophy, world culture, and travel, American art, to Zambian zebras, and everything in between. MCLL is part of the McGill family with access to a large range of resources, including libraries, IT support, and academic expertise. With proximity to museums and concert halls, we're right in the middle of the bustle of a busy university and its energetic young students. We contribute to the life of the university and to the life of the city. If you are intellectually curious, want to learn new skills, and enjoy social interaction in a stimulating environment, the McGill Community for Lifelong Learning is a great place to be. For more information, contact us at 514-398-8234 or visit our website.
Anna, I absolutely love this program. I mean, I'm just sitting here saying, well, first of all, the passion that you bring to it, and then listening to all those testimonials from all the participants. I mean, you keep using the words, it's like bringing the life to the program. I mean, it's really giving people a sense of purpose, waking up, in the morning and saying, I have something that belongs to me. First of all, how did you get involved, you yourself, in this program?
I was lucky. I was working first part-time. I was helping, and it was not long after I came to Canada. My background is in education and gender studies. I was working in a community sector, and then I found out about this opportunity to work part-time for MCLL. So I just started helping with program production, and I was working from home at the time. I remember seeing their proposal forms for the study groups, and I just couldn't believe. Well, just working on the program and editing and putting it together, I got to know their names, the topics, the interests, and then MCLL was able to create a position. For a very long time, they were unsure if they want to bring a paid staff and someone who is not a seniors. Like I mentioned, it is by and for community. So it was not an easy decision for the organization, but I'm glad they made that decision, and it just worked like magic. I've been with MCLL for about 12 years. I did work with adult learners before, but it was just like a perfect match. They are also my reason. Like, they got me through this pandemic. They're my community. They're so amazing and so supportive. So I found my sense of purpose. I was a newcomer when I joined MCLL. I was a single mother. And they gave me a great sense of confidence, of independence. They really became. This is so much more than work for me, honestly. The rest is history. My role in the program evolved, but everything has been really great.
One of the challenges that I see often is that there are so many amazing community resources out there, but people just don't know how to access them. They don't know that they exist. And I have to be honest, until I saw that CBC article on you, I had no idea that McGill offered such an amazing program, because, throughout the pandemic, people are feeling very isolated, alone. It's more and more difficulty to, a lot of these programs that they used to attend in person have still, I don't know if a lot of them have returned to in person. So how do people find out about this?
That is a mystery to us too. So every time we have orientation for new members, we ask them, how did you hear about MCLL? And in 90% of the cases, the answer is word of mouth. We tried to get ourselves out there. We're a self-financing organization. We don't have great budgets to do marketing, but we do it once in a while. And it always, whenever we have new members, it's always word of mouth. We have a good program and people talk about it. But we're very grateful for opportunities such as this one, and also the School of Continuing Study. Their marketing department is very supportive, and just before the fall, we advertised on Facebook for the first time, and that was very successful. But we want people to know about us. We want new people to join us. So it's not, at some point someone called us McGill's best kept secret. We don't want to be a secret. We want everybody to know about MCLL, because it's a really great program.
So let's talk about accessibility now, because the pandemic has definitely obviously had a lot of negative impacts on the world, but it's also in many ways had some positive. And when I talk about positive, I think of the world of Zoom. I'm more connected than ever than people throughout the world, not only locally, but throughout the world. So how has the pandemic affected the way that you lead your program?
Yes, we were able, once when everything was shut down for the first time, I think it only took us a couple of weeks to kind of bounce back and do offer courses online, study groups. We were able to do this because we were already exploring digital learning. One of those flyers that I shared with you, I think it was our 25th anniversary conference. I remember presenting there with Jean-Paul Remilieu from Instructor Services here at SCS, and we were the title of the talk was Reaching Out with Online Technologies. So we already had one classroom set up for what is now called hybrid learning or high flex learning, and we were familiar with Zoom. So we were able to offer online learning throughout the year, but what played a very important role is the introduction of hosts to the peer learning model. So our IT committee put this plan in place where we recruited, so we again based ourselves on peer learning model. So we recruited individuals to support our lecturers and moderators and participants with technical problems. So this allowed those study groups leaders and lecturers to just focus on the content of their presentations and lectures. So every moderator, every lecturer, and even every member who needed help was assigned a host, and they would work independently with people to help them understand the platform better and how everything works. And they would send weekly reminders of the scheduled offerings. They send the Zoom links, and also they help everyone get connected in the best way possible. So I think the fact that that remote learning was embraced by MCLL is very much thanks to that group. I think we now have 15 or 20 hosts who are assisting our members and our moderators access remote learning.
So you're able to, right away, if somebody is not familiar with Zoom, you're able to offer explanations on how to work with Zoom.
Yes. So they would arrange for one-on-one help over the phone, over screen sharing. We also created video tutorials, handouts for people to access. We called every member. So we produced a list of, I think it was over 1,000 names, and our volunteers called each and every member of MCLL, asking them, what are the obstacles to participation? What accessibility need do you have? How can we support you through the pandemic? Do you want individual Zoom sessions? Do you want just weekly phone calls? Do you want us to help you join through phone? If do you need a device? So we were there, and we also did a survey to our members, but calling people on the phone was very important because we wanted to make sure that no one's left behind. But I have to say, we gained membership. There were people that started joining us throughout the city, throughout the province and the country. Even we have some people joining now from the States and from Europe. But we also do have members who were not able to join us remotely, but we still made sure we kept in touch with them. And hopefully moving forward, we will be able, because what the plan that we currently put in place is hybrid learning. We got a permission from Teaching and Learning Services and the support from School of Continuing Studies and our donors and our members. We're now equipping our classrooms, and we're hoping that the fall semester is the last semester that we will do 100% remotely. Moving forward, we are currently the 2 classrooms, 2 out of 4 classrooms will be upgraded to support hybrid learning. So members will be able to attend the same lecture or study group remotely and in person.
So that leads me to one of my last questions is, where do you think that MCLL will be in 5 years from now? And I'm hoping that you're going to say that people outside of our city will be able to attend, to keep this hybrid learning. So where do you see yourselves in 5 years?
Yes, I do see MCLL as, and we always were striving to be an accessible and inclusive community, but I really want to take it to a next higher, better level, where all our program offerings will be accessible both in person and remotely, where we are connected to our community, not just locally, but yes, internationally. And we are working on that right now. One of my when, like I mentioned, my role at MCLL has changed significantly throughout the years and has been constantly evolving. One of my tasks is to work on MCLL community outreach efforts. And during the pandemic only, these efforts have resulted in several partnerships and impactful initiatives. We partnered up with McGill University Retiree Association, with Seniors Action Quebec, with French-speaking organizations such as Project Changement, with Yellow Door, and so we are doing things together. We learn from one another. We are doing joint study groups, so we exchange best practices and resources. We have started bursary programs, so whoever is not able to pay for the membership fees, we have a very accessible and very simple bursary program that it's open to anyone. And all it takes is a simple form to fill out. We are currently live streaming our lectures to the residents of Habitation du Rocher. We're doing this project together with Yellow Door. And there are many other, we just joined One Voice Coalition. This is an association of community organizations that serve and advocate for English-speaking senior population of Greater Montreal region, South Shore, and Laval. And we're so honored to have a seat at the table where we can offer our members access to the programming of other organizations, where we can keep one another informed. What is it that the seniors right now need and want? And not just that, we also we went beyond local initiatives. We're working with organization in Toronto, Academy of Lifelong Learning. We're involved in this life learning group. It's how do they call it? Transatlantic and Pan-Canadian. There are over 60 organizations in that group that are all over the world. And of course, intergenerational initiatives. We are working very closely with the School of Continuing Studies. In 5 years, I also want to see that expanded, and we always discover new opportunities. There is this unit, TASIAS, Career Advising and Transition Services, and we collaborate with them a lot. We're planning to do mentorship programs. We participate in panels together, and so that's what I hope and wish for MCLL, that these are exceptional times, but the need to connect with others is greater than ever. But I just we need to continue doing that. I think, yes, that our community outreach efforts have been fruitful, but I want to continue. And we're really looking forward to exploring new partnerships in the years to come.
Well, you can definitely count on the McGill University Dementia Education Program to be a partner, because like I mentioned earlier, I absolutely love what you're doing. You know, our mandate is really to educate and provide support to family and informal caregivers. Mm-hmm. But also what you're doing is, you know, the courses and programs and workshops are wonderful for people of all cognitive levels, you know, and Absolutely. Even, you know, for people who are in the earlier stages of dementia, it's very important to keep yourself very socially stimulated, socially engaged. A lot of care partners out there are yearning to feel a part of something. And this is a very important program. You know, we're going to make sure to promote it through our venue as much as we can. We're going to create a link from our website to yours. And I know that my colleague, Dr. Serge Gauthier, is actually enrolled in your program for the fall. So he was talking very highly about your program. But I'd like to thank you very much, Anna, for taking the time to really shed light on this amazing program here today. So thank you for being on McGill Cares.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, Claire.
So this webcast is an initiative of the McGill Dementia Education Program, which is funded by private donations. Once again, I would like to thank the family of Gerhard Hess for supporting today's webcast. If you would like to make a contribution to our program or for more information, please visit us at mcgill.ca/dementia. And if you would like to join our mailing list to be notified of upcoming episodes of McGill Cares, as well as other important programs and resources, you can sign up at dementia@mcgill.ca. Thank you for watching.